नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये।
ततो जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी।
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
देवकी नन्दनाय च
देवकी नन्दनाय च
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
नमो पङ्कजनाभाय
नमो पङ्कजनाभाय
नमो पङ्कजमालिने
नमो
नमो
पङ्कजमालिने
पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये।
नमस्ते
हरे
पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये।
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे
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 राम हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे।
राम राम हरे
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 कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे।
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे।
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
कृष्णा
कृष्णा हरे हरे।
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे।
राम राम हरे हरे।
श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी भगवान की
जय
ललिता सखी विशाखा माता की
जय
गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की
जय
पिता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की
जय
गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की
जय
शील प्रभुपाद की
जय
होलिनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय
संवेद भक्त वृंद की
जय।
हरि 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 बोल हरि
हरि
बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल। So we welcome back all our fortunate bhagyavan devotees to back to our normal classes, because last week Janmashtami was going on and hectic week. Everybody was busy in Janmashtami, Prabhupada, and many programs were going on. Guru Maharaj program was going on. So little bit we are free. And also in the last sessions, in last many classes, we have discussed very nicely about the problems which are faced by the acharyas, the problems which are faced by the devotees, and how one can come out of it. That we have discussed very elaborately. So today we are going to start a new topic, and this topic plus the topic of Prahlad Maharaj was very, very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri used to go to Tota Gopinath, and there with Gadadhar Pandit, who is none other than Radharani, they used to discuss this, the Prahlada Charitra, Dhruv Charitra, many times, again and again. So today we are going to start a fresh topic, that is Dhruva Maharaj, the fourth canto, canto number 4, chapter number 8, where the discussion is going between Maitra Rishi and Viduraji. We should try to understand where this conversation is going on. Actually, this conversation is primarily going on at Naimisharanya between Suta Goswami and the 88,000 rishis who are doing, the yajnas. Why? Because Kali Yuga is coming. And they are doing these yajnas for hundreds of years. And they are so much tired of doing that yajna. And then when Suta Goswami came over there, they requested him to do this Bhagavad Katha. And there in Naimisharanya, then the Bhagavad Gita starts about the Parikshit Maharaj and Suta Goswami and all the rishis who had came from all throughout the universe, where Narada, Vyasa, Parashar, and all the, you can say Nirakarvadis, Mayavadis, Yogi, Tapasvis, all were sitting on the bank of Ganga. And there, in that discussion, then this in the fourth canto, where Maitra Rishi is telling about Uddhavaji. Uddhavaji has gone to Maitra Rishi, where the message was given that Lord has given some message to Maitra Rishi. And Maitra Rishi, before this chapter, he was discussing with Uddhavaji the curse, Daksha Prajapati had got, the curse which was given by Shivaji. So the Parvati Sati Vivaha Prasanga had just finished. And now the new Prasanga of the the Manu, Swayambhu Manu, and the Prasanga of Dhruva Maharaj is starting. So we should know where exactly this Prasanga is happening. It is happening between Maitra Rishi, Viduraji, between Suta Goswami and 88,000 rishis, between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami Maharaj. So at 3 places, this Prasanga is going on. And now at 4th place, we are going on Zoom with all of you, all fortunate souls. We are discussing this Dhruva Maharaj Katha. So basically, in Dhruva Maharaj, we learn many things. Many lessons are there to be learned and be applied in a practical life. Basically, here we will start with the story of Suniti and Suruchi. But today, when we are starting, we will be only discussing about Suruchi. We will be taking around 16 shlokas today. And in that, the first 1 to 6 shlokas are very interesting shlokas that we will connect in between about how the irreligion, adharma, was also produced by Brahmaji. And adharma, how he married, Mrisha, that is falsity. And what were the children that were produced by adharma? That we will be taking when we discuss the topic of Suruchi. So let's start with Dhruva Maharaj, canto number 4, chapter number 8, shlok number 6. Param Shakti Mataji is there, so she can start, I think so.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, there are so many guests waiting for me. I will just leave with your permission.
Yes.
I'll join you again.
Okay.
Because there is Ganpati in our house.
Oh, yes.
So,
Please.
so many guests have come.
Please, Prabhuji, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Yes. Please read.
अथाथ कीर्तये वंशं पुण्यकीर्ते कुरुद्वः स्वयं भुवस्थापि मनोहरें रसान् सजन्मनः.
Please read the, somebody can else read the translation. Renuka Mataji.
Maitreya continued, O best of the Kuru dynasty, I shall now describe to you the descendants of Swayambhuva Manu, who was born of a part of a plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Shlok number 7.
प्रियव्रतोन्न पादौ सतरूपापते सुतौ वासुदेवस्य कलया रक्षायां जगतः स्थितौ.
Please read the translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji Das, please.
Swayambhu Manu.
Swayambhu Manu had two sons by his wife. Swayambhuva Manu had two sons by his wife Satarupa, and the names of the sons were Uttanapada and Priyavrata. Because both of them were descendants of a plenary expansion of Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they were very competent to rule the universe, to maintain and protect the citizens.
So here we are talking about Swayambhu Manu, the original first Manu, and his wife Shatrupa, who came from the body of Brahmaji. And then, they had two sons, Uttanpada and Priyavata. So here we are going to discuss about Uttanpada. And this katha is happening in Satyuga. Okay? So, Uttanpada had two wives. Now we'll go further. Please read text number 8.
जय उत्तानपादस्य सुनीतिः सुरुचिस्तयोः सुरुचिः प्रेयसी पत्युर्नेतरायत्सुतो ध्रुवः.
So here, now interesting things are coming up in this shloka. Uttanapadaye suniti suruchi taya. Jaye means he had two wives, Suruchi and Suniti. And Suruchi, Priyasi Pataye. Suruchi was very priya, very dear. Na itara yatha. Yatha Dhruva. Na itare. Yatha Suta Dhruva. Means the other, whose Suta was Dhruva, was not so much dear as Suruchi. Suruchi was very priya. Now, why in Bhagavatam? See, there are, the Bahiri Tattva and Antara Tattva that we have to understand. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. In Bhagavatam, there cannot be anything material. There has to be a spiritual message for all of us. And here, what Suruchi represents and what Suniti represents for all of us, that we have to understand. Suruchi represents to sense gratification, bodily conception of life. Suniti represents to the devotional part, spiritual part of the life. That's why the names are also like that. Niti, Suniti, and Suruchi. If we remember, Shreya and Priya word is used in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord. Yeah, Karpanya dosho apata swabhava prichhami tvam dharma sambhuda cheta yat shreyasya Syanishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. What is Shreya for me? Hey Lord, please tell me. By that time, Arjuna was speaking everything what was prayer from the bodily type of fear. And the same thing, again, by the 88,000 rishis, when they made Suta Goswami, Ekantika Shreya, the first question out of the 6 questions that was asked to the Nisharanya rishis, to the Suta Goswami, how will be the Ekantika Shreya of all the people in this world happen? And the answer that was given by Krishna, Save punsa paro dharmo yator bhakti adokshaje ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprathidoti. And that by asking the question about Krishna, asking the questions about the soul, the actual Shreya can happen. So Suruchi and Suniti represents, the both part, the spiritual part and the material part. What happens when you are on the material Suruchi, material platform? Lord clearly says in Bhagavad Gita, Indriya Aramo Vyatha Partha Sajivita. Those who are living for Indriya Aram, they are living waste. Amogha Partha Sajivita. Their life is full of waste. In the 3rd chapter, Lord clearly says. Then in the 2nd chapter, Lord says, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Apahata Chetasam Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi Samadho na Vidyate. Those mentality who are captured by Bhoga and Aishwarya, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Apahata Chetasam Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi Samadho na Vidyate. His buddhi is not stable. Samadho na vidyate. So here, when a king is attached to Suruchi and not Suniti, what are the consequences? What happens? And what it develops to? That we are going to learn from this episode. Again and again, we have to understand in bodily concept, yehi sansasparshaja bhoga dukkha yoni evate adi antavantu konteya na teshu ramate buddha. When you are engaged for the sense gratification or engaged in the gratification of the senses of eyes, ears, nose, it will ultimately lead to problem in your life. They are the mother of miseries. It is said, Yehi sansasparshaja bhoga dukkha yoni evate. They are the mother of all miseries. So how the problem starts? On the other side, we will see in the next class how Suniti, she is on the spiritual platform. She acts like a Shiksha Guru. She acts like a Path Pradakshan Guru. How she takes the problem that has come on her and how she guides her son. And that is the take that we have to take in our life. But when we are on the material platform, Suruchi, then our life, because of Ajnanina, Lord says in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Ajnanena avrita jnanam tena muyanti jantava. We jantava, we mosquitoes like people are attracted by Ajnana. Tena muyanti jantava. Because of our not understanding our constitutional position, not understanding that we are spirit soul, not understanding that we have some spiritual duties to perform, we get attracted to the material things, Suruchi. And here, what happens? Here, Suruchi is Priya, then Suniti. So then what is this? netra yato suto dhruvaha suruchi priyase pataye. So when the senses become very dear to the mind, and the mind is only running for the senses, then the ratha of the body is definitely going to get destroyed. Okay, read further, Prabhu Mataji, the 7th verse.
एकदा सुरुचे पुत्रमङ्कम् आरोप्य लालयन् उत्तमं नारुरुक्षन्तं ध्रुवं राजाभ्यनन्दत.
So in this shloka, ekada suruche putram, then anakha aropye lalayan. See, the both children, they are very, they do not know distinctions. So here Dhruva Mahārāja doesn't know distinction. Then his Uttama, who is the son, he doesn't know distinction. But here the distinction is made by the father and the mother. The father is giving, he's putting Uttama, his son, who is the Suruchi's son, on the lap. And Lalayana, the word that is used is Lalayana. Very nicely he's patting and he's, patting and taking care of Uttama. Seeing this, Dhruva, who is small, he also wants to climb and then and sit on with him. But what here? Raja, the word that is you, Abhaya Nandate. Abhaya Nandate is very important. Because Suruchi is there, and to please Suruchi, Raja is taking the side of Uttama, his son. And when Dhruva is coming, he is not Abha. The word that is used, Abhaya Anandate. He is not very happy. He is not welcoming him. So he being father, he had to be equal to both of the sons. But here, what happens? Whenever Bhoga and Aishwarya, when your mind is attached with Bhoga, we always say, Bhagavad Gita is a law book. And Bhagavatam is the case history. Through Bhagavatam, we can understand each and every law of Bhagavad Gita very nicely. So here again, Uttama, who is the son of Uttanpad, and he is attached to Suruchi for sense gratification, for the Rupa, and he is Priya. So to please Suruchi, he's trying to distinguish between Uttam and Dhruva. And that is the cause of trouble. And the same thing we find in Mahabharata also. The first verse of Bhagavad Gita, what it says? Dharmashetra Kurukshetra Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavascheva Kim Kuruvarta Sanjaya. So here the word Mamaka and Pandavascheva shows the mentality of the King Dhritarashtra. King Dhritarashtra had that mentality of mine and Pandavas, mine and yours. Otherwise, he should have been equal to both of them. If he had been equal to both of them, may the Mahabharata would have not happened. The same year we find that when you have attachment other than Krishna in your life, it will lead to problems in all phases of your life. You will not be able to do proper justice to everybody if Krishna is not in the center. But on the other side, if Krishna is there in the center, you will be able to solve multiple problems, very nicely. But if Krishna is not in the center, and if other things are there in the center, even, you will create problems for yourself and others. So being king, he had to be equal. Being father, he had to be equal. But he's not, because he's attached to Suruchi. And this is creating a problem in the life. So here, na abhiyanta. So when you are attached to any one of the senses or anything, money, power, fame, and those who provide, their things are very dear to him. बोलते हैं ना, if you want to, बोलते हैं राजा का कुत्ता भी अच्छा लगता है, वो कुत्ते को भी जाके उनको बोलेगा, अरे वाह 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 वाह, आप कितना सुंदर दिखते हो, आप क्या कितना अच्छा भोगते हो, you know, because they are attached with that king or that money, power. So then the things which are attached to that, they are very dear to them. So here we see the mentality that when Dhruva, Raja, Abhayanandate, and here the word is that Lalayan. So he is not doing Lalayan to Dhruva, but he is doing to Uttama. So when this distinguished mentality comes, problem will definitely arrive, and it will create a problem in anywhere. That's why we have to keep Krishna in the center of our life. We have to keep Guru in the center of our life. We have to keep Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita in our center of life. Spirituality should be the center of life. Otherwise, anything other than Krishna will lead you to miseries. It is said, Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi Ekaha Kuru Nandana Bahu Shakha hi Anantascha Buddhayo Avyavasaya. If the Buddhi is not, the Buddhi Vyavasai is not of Atma, then the Buddhi is divided into Bahu Shakha, Anantascha. And that will lead to the problem. Let's go to the slok number 10.
तथा चिकीर्षमाणं तं सपत्य ध्रुवं सुरुचि शृण्वतो राज्ञा शेषया महतीर्गर्भिता.
Now text number 10 is very, very important. Now, here the word tatha chikirshamananam tam sapat, the word here has sapatnyas tanmaya. So here sapatnya tanmaya. Then the word that is used, that is shunvatam rajan sa irshayam iha iti garbita. So here three words are there. Iti garbita, with garva, then sa irshayam, with irsha, and then shunvatam rajan, raja को सुनाने के लिए. किसको सुनाने के लिए? राजा को. To make Raja listen. She's speaking. And what? Sapatnaya tanayam. Here the sapatnaya tanayam also is very important. Suruchi had a mentality that Dhruva is not mine. It is hers. The same Dhritarashtra mentality. Mamaka Pandavascheva. So sapatnaya tanayam. Maya tanayam is not the word. मेरी दूसरी पत्नी का ये बच्चा है, दूसरी का है, and because दूसरी का है, then she shows her actual face. And what is that actual face? Irsha and garva. So she is speaking with irsha and garva, and whom she is addressing? She is trying to address the king through Dhruva. So what happens? When Krishna is not there, spirituality is not there, bodily conception is there, bodily attachment is there, it leads birth to enviousness, it leads birth to garva. Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shrihi Bhi Edha Madha Madha Puman. Kunti Mata says na, Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shri Edam Adha Puman Naiva Hatya Abhidhatum Ve Tom Akincha Gocharam. You are attained by Atkinchana Gochara. Kunti Mata clearly says. But those who are puffed up by Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shri you cannot be achieved in their life. So here Suniti, because of the bodily attachment, because of the king giving her importance, what happens? It leads to Garva, it leads to Irsha, and that is the enemy of everybody. That is the enemy for the soul. That is the enemy which leads the person down to hell. Dhyayate vishayan punsam sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodha bhijayate krodad bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhrama smriti brahmashada buddhinasha buddhinasha pranashyate. How one person fall down? Lord clearly says, Dhyayate Vishaya Pumsa. When you focus more on sense object and sense gratification, Sangasteshu Pajayate, you try to associate with that. Sangat Sanjayate Kama. And because when you associate that, desires come to obtain and enjoy that thing. And two things happen when you have desire to obtain and enjoy that thing. Either you will get it or either you don't get it. When you get it, greed increases. When you don't get it, anger is there. Krodh is there. Krodh is the byproduct of when desires are not fulfilled. And so here we see immediately because of the mentality, bodily mentality, Irsha is there and Garva is there. I am in this position. And because, why? Because king is now on the bodily platform and he is attached to it. So for us also, the mind, intelligence is like a king. We say the mind is the rein and the intelligence is the driver of this body. So if the body, mind and intelligence are attached to sense gratification, the body ratha will get destroyed. But if the mind and intelligence are attached with the activity of the soul, then we will be able to control the horses of the, senses, and we can give the direction to the life. But if we want to destroy a life, and Garva is there, and Irsha is there, we will never ever, be able to cut our karma reaction. We will never ever be able to please the Lord. We will never ever be able to, bring and clean our heart inside. So here the qualities of Suruchi are given. Irsha, Garva, and the distinguishing mentality. So in this 10th verse, we find three main qualities. She tries to distinguish the son as it's not his son. She's a queen. Queen should have a mentality of sarva. All the prajas are mine. Like Lord Ramchandra, why did he forgo Mother Sita? For only one reason. When the king comes in the position of a throne, for him, everybody is a praja. Personal life is not there. And that's why when the prajas were saying and speaking ill about mother, he immediately abandoned, just to show to the world that country and the people come first. And then he himself was living, and even though in the palace, Lord Ramachandra was living on the, like a mendicant in the absence, and every night he used to remember Mother Sita. So personal life and king's life were quite different. For him, King's duty and responsibility is one. So similarly, Suruchi being the queen, she had the responsibility. But when there is Aishwarya, there is Bhoga in the center, then it will give birth to Irsha, it will birth to Garva, it will give birth to the mentality of distinguishing, and this will create havoc. And now let us go to the first shloka to the sixth shloka and connect how this Irsha, Garva, and you can say the distinguished mentality comes from. Where does it come from and where does it lead to? So we'll go to the first shloka of this chapter and up to the sixth shloka, and we'll try to connect with the mentality of Suruchi and what Brahmaji is saying. Let's come to the first shloka of this chapter. Please come to the first shloka. Yes, Mahārāja, please read.
Maitreya uvacha sanakadya naradascha ribhurhamso aruniryatihi naite grahan brahma sutahi abhasan urdhvaretasah.
Translation, please read the translation.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, translation.
The great sage Maitreya said the four great Kumara sages headed by Sanaka as well as Narada, Rebhu, Hamsa, Aruni and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home but became Urdhvareta or Neshtika Brahmacharis, unadulterated celibates.
See, here we are trying to speak the creation of Brahma, where Adharma is also created by Brahmaji, and where the pious people are also created. So here the pious people mentioned like Sanak, Sanatan, Aruni, Yati and all, they were Urdhvareta. Urdhvareta means what? Whose semen can be, they do not lose their semens, and through there is one nerve, through that they will try to raise the semen up to the Brahmarandra, and then that is what they can do all the type of yogic powers. For Matas, the power that they generate is by Sakitva. By Purushas in the previous yugas, they used to do Urvareta. By raising the semen to the Brahmarandra, they used to create the powers. And the mothers used to create the powers by removing Sakitva. Please read the second shlokas.
Mrisa dharmasya bharyashed dambham mayam cha shatruhan asuta mithunam tattu nitrushatirja gruhet prajaha.
So here, this is now we are trying to understand where this, the adharma mentality, all this comes. So here, another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion. Like, the Sanak Sanatan were created. So irreligion was also created. Adharma was also created. And a wife was named Mrisha. So now this is interesting. If you have pen and pencil, please write. This chart is very nicely. So from Mrisha and Adharma, what is born? Dambha and Maya is born. Dambha means bluffing, अपना बढ़ावा करने का, दंभ अपना दिखाने का दिखावापन, और माया मतलब जो है नहीं, cheating. So Adharma is also a son of Brahma. It is said, then another son of Lord Brahma, what is called as irreligion, whose wife is falsity. That is Mrisha. The word, that is Sanskrit word, is used Mrisha. So whom do they give birth? They give birth to Dambha and Maya. What is Dambha? Dikhana, दिखावटपना, ज्यादा बड़बड़ करना अपने बारे में, अपना ही बोलबाला बोलना. And Maya, Maya means क्या? By cheating, Maya. इनके कॉम्बिनेशन मैथुना, इन्होंने किसको जन्म दिया है? दंभ और माया. और इनको कौन लेके गया? निरति करके एक आसुर है, उन्होंने इसको पाला, इन दोनों को. किसको? इन दोनों के बच्चे को. किसके? मृषा और अधर्म का जो बच्चा पैदा हुआ, उसका नाम था दंभ और माया. और इनको लेके गया निरति, तो इसने इनको पाला। फिर ये दंभ और माया से बच्चे पैदा हुए, 2 बच्चे पैदा हुए। 2 children were born out of दंभ एंड माया। मीन्स चीटिंग, जब दंभ दिखाते हैं और माया में फंसते हैं तो उसके 2 बच्चे पैदा होते हैं। लेट्स रीड इन द नेक्स्ट वर्स। कौन से 2 बच्चे? लोभ और निकृति। लोभ होता है और निकृतिश्च, ये 2 बच्चे पैदा हुए दंभ और माया के द्वारा। सो लोभ मीन्स ग्रीड एंड निकृति मीन्स कनिंग व्यवहार। रीड द टेक्स्ट नंबर 3। परम शक्ति माता जी प्लीज रीड।
Yes, sir. तयो संभव लोभ निकृतिश्च महामते ताभ्यं क्रोधश्च हिंसा च यद्रुक्ति स्वसा कलिः।
And I am telling you, after the class, there are around 40 people in our class. I'll be asking quiz on all these things. So please be prepared. I'll be asking on this, all this, who gave birth to whom, and what is Suruchi representing, Suniti representing. So please be prepared for all the questions and all the quiz. Okay? So, tayo sambhava lobha. Sambhava. So when Dambha and Maya meets, what it gives the birth to? Lobha nikritischa mahamate. It gives lobha, greed. जब ज्यादा दिखावापन रहता है और माया में हम ज्यादा पड़े रहते हैं तो भाई लोभ तो जन्म लेने वाला ही है। लोभ और साथ में कनिंगनेस, मतलब निकृति, मतलब जो आचरण भी हमारा होगा वो ठीक नहीं होगा, लोभ के कारण, दंभ के कारण और माया के कारण। तो निकृतिश्च कनिंग व्यवहार। बाद में ये लोभ और निकृति ने भी 2 बच्चे को जन्म दिया, उसने भी 2 बच्चे को जन्म दिया। वो 2 बच्चे कौन से हैं? क्रोध और हिंसा। लोभ के कारण क्या होता है और कनिंग व्यवहार के कारण क्या होता है? क्रोध और हिंसा। हिंसा, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एनवियसनेस। क्रोध मीन्स एंगर, गुस्सा आना, और ईर्ष्या और हिंसा करना, ये लोभ और निकृति के व्यवहार है। ये 2 बच्चे हैं। और फिर आगे बताया है, ये क्रोध और हिंसा के भी 2 बच्चे पैदा हुए, उसके भी 2 बच्चे पैदा हुए, बच्चे के बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं सब। तो हुआ दैट 2 चिल्ड्रन ऑफ क्रोध एंड हिंसा से क्या होता है? कली और द्रुकृता, मतलब बहुत गंदे गंदे शब्द, हार्श वर्ड्स। कली का जन्म होता है क्रोध और हिंसा से, वो बीज है कली का। और कली किसको जन्म? कली और द्रुकृत, यहां पे लिखा है द्रुकृत, दुरुक्ति है, दुरुक्तो, हिंसा और दुरुक्तो, ये क्रोध, और इसका लोभ और निकृति, ठीक है, क्रोध और हिंसा का बच्चे है, कली और दुरुक्ति। अभी आगे का श्लोक पढ़िए माता जी। और भी 4 बच्चे पैदा होने वाले।
दुरुक्तो कलिराधत्त भयं मृत्युं च सत्तमा तयोश्च मिथुनं जज्ञे यातना निरयत्स्तथा।
So now here we will try to understand. Now see how the chain is coming from Risha and Adharma के 2 पुत्र हुए, जिसका नाम है दंभ और माया और दंभ के 2 पुत्र हुए कि जब माया में फंसे रहोगे और दंभ होगा तो लोभ और व्यवहार भी ठीक नहीं होगा, निकृत व्यवहार होगा, कनिंग व्यवहार होगा। एंड देन बिकॉज ऑफ लोभ एंड निकृति व्हाट इज जन्म लेता है? क्रोध और हिंसा। Krodh and Hinsa is the byproduct of Lobha and Nikriti. And then from Krodh and Hinsa, what is the birth? 2 things come out. Kali and harsh word. Kali and harsh words come out from Krodh and Hinsa. And from Kali and harsh word, 2 बच्चे और पैदा होते. It is written in the 4th verse over here. Kali, Bhayam and Mrityu. When you are speaking harsh word, when you are totally into the Kali activities, definitely you are dead man. You are a dead man. Even though you are living, you are dead man. Mrityu and Bhayam. And always fear will be there in your life. But this is not there for a person who is surrendered to Krishna. Bhayam. And then these two, Bhayam and Mrityu, will give birth to two unlimited things. And that is called as Yatna and Yatna and Niraya. Niraya मतलब hell, नरक. निराया का मतलब नरक. तो जब आप कली और ध्रुवकृति, क्रोध, हिंसा के कारण जब हम कली का व्यवहार करने लगते हैं, हार्श व्यवहार करने लगते हैं, तो हमारे जीवन में मृत्यु निश्चित है, भय निश्चित है, और इनके कारण हमारे जीवन में अनंत यातना और नरक का द्वार निश्चित है. त्रिविधा नरकस्य द्वारम, काम, क्रोध and लोभ. Lord tells that there are three highways to hell: kama, krodha and lobha. So very nicely, interestingly over here, Brahmaji is giving birth to adharma, and through adharma, mrisha, that is falsity, they give birth to dambha and maya. Then dambha and maya give birth to lobha and cunning vyavahar. Then lobha and cunning vyavahar then come together. Krodh and hinsa is there, and in hinsa, the vani is harsh, and then we do kali vyavahar, and this kali vyavahar is guaranteeing you pakka mrityu and fear. And because of the fear, you are unlimitedly, yatna is there and hell is guaranteed. So this is a chain reaction. So here, this is how we connect. Again and again, I am saying, first, irreligion, brisha, then it gives dambha and maya, and then from maya comes lobha and cunning vyavahar, and then from cunning vyavahar and because of the lobh, krodh and hinsa is there, and krodh and hinsa gives birth to the vani and kali vyavahar, and because of the kali vyavahar, bhaya is generated in our heart, and definitely death is there. And because of the bhaya and because of the mrityu, yatna and hell is guaranteed. So this is the chain reaction which is given in the scriptures. Now, one who understands this chain reaction, what is the result given? It is said in the 5th and the 6th shloka. Please go in the 5th and
Sangrahena maya khyatah pratisargastabhanagha Trishrutbaitat puman punyam vidunot yatmano malam.
Read this translation.
My dear Vidura, I have summarily explained the causes of devastation. One who hears this description 3 times attains piety and washes the sinful contamination from his soul.
So यहाँ पे बताया है कि अपने जीवन को devastate करना है, society को devastate करना है, या if you want to devastate your life, if you want to devastate your family, if you want to devastate the society, if you want to devastate the whole world, formula अच्छा दिया है यहाँ पे. Complete formula of devastation is given. And if person understands this devastation formula, he can save himself. What leads to devastation? What leads to yatna? Adharma. And adharma we know is standing on 4 legs. Which are that 4 legs? Which they destroy. Satya, Saucha, Tapa and Daya. These are the 4 legs of dharma, and they destroy these 4 legs. And that's why we say, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex life. Then at least you will become a human. You will become a human. Otherwise, we are pakka animal, pakka rakshasa. So here, if we understand this formula, of adharma, mrisha, dambha, maya, lobha, krodha, hinsa, drishkriti, mrityu, bhaya, yatana and hell. How nicely it is explained. So now let us connect this with Suruchi. Now let us come to that shloka, 10 number shloka. Yes. So here we know it is irsha, garva and mentality. So all this is based on illusion. All this will give yatana. All this will give problems. Irsha, krodha. You know, it is said irsha, garva, krodha. They are the house of all the problems. Now let us go to 11th verse. Please read this 11th verse, Mataji.
न वत्स नृपते धिष्णं भवनारोढुमहति न गृहीतो मया यत्त्वं कुक्षावपि नृपात्मजः.
So in this verse, the most important word is na grihate maya kusha. मेरे कोख से तुमने जन्म नहीं लिया है, ये तुम्हारा दुर्भाग्य है. And how, you know, very nicely ईर्ष्या के साथ में राजा को सुना के ना वत्सा निप बोलते बच्चा, you know, my dear child, in a sarcastic way she is saying, who? Suruchi, my dear child, na vatsa nripate drishyam bhavam adharati grihete maya yat tvaya kusha nripa kusha api nripa atmaja. आपको अगर राजा के इधर बैठना है तो आपको आपने मेरे कोख से न गृहति मया कुशापि, मेरे कोख से आपने जन्म नहीं लिया है, इसलिए आप यहां पे बैठ नहीं सकते हो. So here the proudness, here how that small child, he is just 5 years, but we can understand how low the mentality of Suruchi is, that she has no speaking. And why? Because when the person is in a garva, when the person is in the envious, you know, he will always speak harsh words which will hurt others. And that's why Bhagavad Gita says, what is Vani Tapasya? Vani Tapasya is that Tapasya where you speak not, you should speak the truth, you know, which is not hurting to others. We should speak in such a way that the Vani should not hurt others. In today's world, Vani is such a, you know, such a used, because we are Kali Yuga people, Vani se tir chhodte, Vani se tir chhodte. Here, and the same thing Suruchi is doing. She is trying to hurt, you know, Dhruva Mahārāja. Tumne mere kok se na grahito, you know, that the word that is used, maya tvam kusha, kuk, mere kok se tumne janam nahi liya. Please read the translation.
Queen Suruchi told Dhruva Maharaj, my dear child, you do not deserve to sit on the throne or on the lap of the king. Surely you are also the son of the king, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on your father's lap.
So, तुम्हारे में qualification कब आएगा? जब तुम मेरे कोख में फिर आओगे तब. And the same thing she will say. You first die. तुम मर जा पहले, और मरने के बाद फिर जन्म ले और फिर मेरे कोख में आ. और तू भगवान से प्रार्थना कर. तुम जा, भगवान से प्रार्थना कर, तपस्या कर, उनको प्रसन्न कर, और फिर मेरे कोख में जन्म ले, और फिर तू लायक बनेगा. This is a very hard hitting word. और राजा वहां बैठा हुआ है, and Raja is, you know, saying nothing. And the same thing we will find in the history also. Same thing happens where Dhritarashtra is blind to Duryodhana in the Kuru Sabha. When, you know, the Vastra Haran is going on, king is sitting over there. He is blind. But because of more attachment to the sun, what he is doing, he is not stopping it. The king had to stop the queen by saying these 6 words. But when you are on the bodily platform, then you are too attached to sense gratification. You do not know what is right and what is wrong. You will be very much whatever they say it's right. एक बार एक क्या हुआ, एक सेठ है ना, एक नौकर था, सेठ के पास बैठा हुआ था, वो बैंगन के बारे में बोल रहा था. He was speaking about, बैंगन, that how बैंगन is, very, very, very nice. Very nice. It's very nice for the health and very, it has so good qualities. Then that, the servant also started glorifying बैंगन in so great way that he was so much pleased that really बैंगन may be having so much good qualities. Next day, he heard that बैंगन is very useless. And then he tried to find out the fault in the बैंगन. And then the servant also, tried to find out hundreds of fault in the बैंगन. And then, the boss was amazed. अरे ये क्या कल ये बोल रहा था, इतना बड़ाई कर रहा था, और आज ये इतना इसके बारे में बोल रहा है. So why you are saying like this? Yesterday you were saying like this, and today you are saying, मेरे को बैंगन से क्या लेना देना है? मेरे को तो सैलरी आप दे, तो आप जो बोलेंगे वो सही है. So what happens when you are attached in a Rajagun mood? Then you do not deny what is wrong, what is right. We see the same thing happen in the power field also. कल उसके नाम पे करोड़ों का घोटाला था, आज जब वो पावर में आ जाते सब घोटाला सही हो जाता है. आज तुम साफ सुथरे हो. So when there is a money, when there is a bodily concept, wrong things become right and right thing becomes wrong. So here we find the king, Dhritarashtra is standing. The Bhima was given poison. That time he had to stop. When Lord Lakshadra was burned, that time Dhritarashtra had to stop. When Lord is coming as a Dhruva, for that time also he is trying to capture the Lord, and Dhritarashtra is not saying anything. The same thing we find in the story of Sakshi Gopal. What happened? Sakshi Gopal, we find it is not a story of marriage. It is the story of the words given by a pure senior Brahmana to a pure junior Brahmana in front of Lord. When you give a words in front of Lord, you take a vow in front of Lord. And if you are not able to maintain, it becomes Vaishnava Aparad. And that leads down to the bhakti. So we find that how when the senior Brahmana goes back to his house, how his son, उनके बच्चे लोग कैसे प्रेशर बना दिया किसके ऊपर? Senior Brahmana के ऊपर, that you should not give the daughter without asking us, and we will see to it. So when that, and जब भी ये पंचायत लगेगी, तब you should say that I do not remember. I am old, I do not remember, and then I will take over. And that then we see that the son of the older Brahmana chastised, start to falsify the younger Brahmana who had just gone and served the Brahmana. And the younger Brahmana had told him that I do not want your daughter. I am only doing it for only one reason, because I know when the Vaishnavas are pleased, when they are pleased, when you serve the Vaishnava, Krishna is pleased. And when Krishna is pleased, my purpose of life is happy. Then, because through Vaishnava's blessings, through Vaishnava Parampara, when they are pleased and when they bless, then only our bhakti can increase. So to increase my bhakti and to get the blessings of the Lord, I am serving you. It's not for any other reason. But the senior Brahmana told, I want to reciprocate with you by giving my daughter. And he told that no, you should ask everybody and then confirm. And then he says, no, I want to give. And then Gopal was there. in Vrindavan. And in front of Gopal, he promised, yes, I will give my daughter to you. Because you are very nice, you can take care of my, even though you don't have, but you have qualities. You take care of my daughter. So when the things, when he went to the house, and when that Brahmana's son told no, she was so agitated. And then he told, kuch wanda nahi, koi tha nahi, khali murti thi, murti koi aane wali nahi hai. So I will say that तुमको ड्रग्स पिला दिया था और तुम्हारा पैसा चोरी कर लिया और तुम्हारे को पैसा हड़प करने के लिए सब कर रहा है. So that son in front of the senior Brahmana, he was feeling so bad. But in front of that, the son was trying to blaspheme the junior and trying to make him frame by saying that he drugs and all wrong things. Similar things we find in Rukmani Leela, that the father of Rukmani wanted to get married with Lord Krishna, but Rukmini, the brother of Rukmani, didn't want it. They wanted the Rukmani to get married with Shishupal. And there also we find how, the Rukmini is agitating. The same thing what we find over here. Too much attachment. The same thing we find in the story of Kansa, that how he's taking Devaki Mata and Ugrasen is there, his father is there. But then also when the Akashvani comes, he comes to his actual Swarupa. So we find whenever you deal on the bodily platform, the relations are tossed. Vaishnava aparadh can happen. You do not follow any rules and regulations. And that is what here we find from the life of Suruchi. She tells that you should have taken birth from in front of the king, she is saying. She should have never used this word. Meri kok se janma lo. Please read the further 12th and then we will stop it over here.
Balo si batanatman amanya stri garbha sambrutam nunam veda bhavan yasya durlabhe arthe manoratha.
12 and 13, we'll take both the shlokas and then we'll wind up. But let's finish first. Wait a minute. 12th, let us finish the 12th and 13 then. So in this verse, Durlabha Artha Manoratham, that Anya Stri Garbha Sambhitam. And here also again in this shloka, we can understand Suruchi's mentality. What is the mentality? Anya Stri. It is not Anya Stri. She is the co-wife, but she has that mentality, oh, alag hai. Anya Stri Sambhavatam. तुमने दूसरे स्त्री से जन्म लिया है. नूनम वेद भवान यश दुर्लभ मनोरथम. और तुम्हारा जो मनोरथ है, your मनोरथ will never be fulfilled because you have not taken birth from my due. So if you had taken from my birth, तुम्हारा सब कल्याण हो सकता है. तुम मेरे पास आओगे, मेरे शरण में रहोगे, मेरे पास रहोगे, तो तुम्हारा कल्याण है, बाकी कोई कल्याण नहीं. This is ahankar, this is dambha, this is what is called as bluffing. That what we startedly read, this dambha, harsh word and maya, these are the lakshanas of adharma. Last 13th verse.
Tapasaradhya purusham tasya banugrahena me garbhe tvam sadhayatmanam yadichhasi nrupasanam.
So here in this word, see, she's sarcastically saying, एक मतलब बोलते हैं ना एकदम ईर्ष्या भाव में बोल रही है, जाके तप करो अभी भगवान का. But the same thing, how Suniti nicely is taking up. The same word, Suniti is taking up. So here sarcastically, Suruchi out of garva, out of ahankar, out of irsha, she is saying, tapasa aradhayata. The word that is used is tapasa aradhaya purusham. आराधना करो परम पुरुष की, तपस्या करो परम पुरुष की, देन तस्य एव अनुग्रह, तब जाके जब उनकी अनुग्रह होगी, तस्य एव अनुग्रहणे में गर्भत्वम साधयम, तब मेरे गर्भ में वो आपको जन्म देंगे. Then he will give birth in my womb. यद इच्छस्येन, then तुम्हारी इच्छा नृप जो सिंहासन में बैठने की वो पूरी होगी. So out of Garbha, she is saying tapa aradhayate purusham. Tasya anugrahayeme. Then you will get, then anugraha, and then you will get janma in my birth, and then your ichha will be completed. And since Prahlad, Dhruva Mahārāja is a Kshatriya, the blood of Kshatriya is going on. And we know for Kshatriya, apaman is more than death. But because of Irsha, because of Ahankar, Suruchi, because the king is attached to her, it is creating problem in the life, their life and others' life. Read the translation.
If you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo severe austerities. First of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana. And then when you are favored by him because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb.
So here we understand out of sarcastic faith, tapasya aradhaya purusham. Then tapasya aradhaya purusham tasya eva anugraha maya garbha tvam sadhyaya atmanam yadi ichhasi nirpa asana. So here in this entire thing today, we are trying to only understand Suruchi mentality, which is the cause of all problems. This Suruchi is not a character, but it is there in our mentality also, which creates the problem in our life. And if an intelligent person is there, he will not try to create problems, but he will try to solve the problems in his life. So each and every katha, each and every shloka of Bhagavatam gives an insight in our life, what we have to remove and what we have to take. So in the next class, we will be taking Suniti mentality, the devotee's mentality, the Guru mentality. What should be the mentality of a Shiksha Guru? What should be the mentality of a mother? What should be a mentality of a guider in such a situation? Problems will come anytime in your life, but in that, how one has to deal, that we'll learn in the next class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. But now, let us understand in today's verse, today's class, I'll be putting some questions. So, first thing, what does Suruchi and Sunuti represents? Or can somebody give the summary of today's class? And one other question, what from Risha and Adharma, what were born, and how can one can give the sequence of all the things that are born? Please raise your hands. Param Shakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna. From
Rupavilas
Brahma,
Mataji is there.
yeah. Others are
Yes,
there.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Who will speak, Prabhuji? Me or Gopavinita Mataji?
Param Shakti Mataji.
Okay. So Brahma, from Brahma, irreligion and falsity were born, Mrisha and irreligion. From them, Dambha and Maya were born. Dambha is Sobaji and Maya, is cheating. From Dambha and Maya, Lobha and Nikriti were born.
Very nice. Nikriti means cunning Vyavhar.
Cunning Vibhar. From Lobha and Nikriti, Krodha and Hinsa comes.
Huh?
From Krodha and Hinsa, Kali and Durukti comes.
Harsh words and Kali
Harsh
Vyavar.
words. Kali Vyavar.
And from
And
Kali
from
Vyavar
them,
and harsh words,
Mrityu
what is
and
guaranteed in your life?
Mrityu and Bhaya.
And from Mrityu and Bhaya, what is guaranteed?
Then you are going to get this Yatana.
Eternal Yatana and
Niraya.
and hell is guaranteed.
Hell is
Guaranteed free hell is you will be getting. Very nice, very nice. Gopa Vinita Mataji. आज के क्लास में क्या क्या सीखने को मिला?
She is not to be seen.
Why? Anybody else? आज के क्लास की समरी दे सकते हैं? What about Suruchi, Suniti Vyavahar? These are the examples which I have given.
Gita Mata is there.
Rupa Mata. Rupa.
You can unmute yourself.
Hare
Go for
Krishna
it, Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji, what were the
From
main
the
things?
Suruchi and Suniti story, we learn that we should not use harsh words and not become proud. Pride is the biggest enemy, because she was so proud. She said that only if you're born from my womb, you will have the authority to sit on the
Yeah.
king's lap.
Yeah.
And since you are born from Suniti, you will not have that privilege.
Fortunate. You will not have
Yes.
that fortunate.
Fortune. And Suniti, on the other hand, as you said, you will let us know in the next class, is not like that, and she must be using softer words, unlike Suruchi. So, and mainly we learn that with our talk, we should never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Hurting someone with talk is the worst thing we can do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it will definitely take us down to hell and the lower planets.
And it will create problem in our life. Irsha,
It will
dvesha,
create problem in our life,
and others' life also.
others' life also. Yes.
Yes, yes. So Vani speech can be controlled only by chanting and by prasad and by Hari
Correct.
Kirtan.
Yes.
When the Vani is used for Hari Kirtan, when the Vani is used in constant chanting of the holy name, and then the
Yes.
Vani is used for the prasad, then only it can be controlled. Otherwise, it cannot be controlled.
Cannot be controlled. So we must be all the time involved in chanting.
Yes.
We should do our rounds correctly and properly.
Yes.
And that will help us to improve ourselves and improve our personality and also our talking.
Yes. Very nice.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna.
Renuka Mataji, what are the main points which you can
Hare Krishna,
which
Prabhuji.
touched you today, or you would like?
Prabhuji, also the behavior of the Mahārāja Uttanapad, was not becoming of a king who ruled
Yes.
the country.
Yes.
Though he was very fair and just, but the moment he saw this behavior of his wife towards Dhruva,
Yeah.
he should have immediately chastised her.
Yes.
And he should have told her, this is not the behavior of a queen.
Yes.
And you are doing this differentiation. What will what will the praja learn from you?
Yes.
So we as Maharaj or whatever, we as kings and queens, we have to set an example
Yes.
to the entire country. So that, like you said, the same thing you said with Dhritarashtra, when you quoted the first shloka, that in spite of him knowing what was going on, and he knew that his son was not right in usurping the land of the Pandavas and behaving so badly towards Lord Krishna, when he came as Shanti Doot.
Yes.
This is very important, the behavior of a ruler.
Disrobing Durapati Mata
Yes.
incident was the shame
Yes.
in the history of it.
Yes, and all the other attempts made on their life, he never intervened. He was just like a silent spectator.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that
just
caused
watching.
Mahabharata.
And that is what caused Mahabharata, and especially when Duryodhan, kind of with
So
Lord, when Lord.
why Mahabharata happens in our life also? When the seniors are not guiding us properly, na?
you know.
Then
and
will
the-
happen Mahabharata, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Absolutely.
Senior means our buddhi also should
So
be.
this was not a good behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, Leela Manohar Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you explained about Suruchi and Suniti. The name itself explains their character.
Yes.
That is Suruchi, that is sense gratification. And
Yes.
Suniti, she is, based on all the rules and regulations.
Shreyas and Priya. Shreya and Priya. What I
Shreya
was
and
saying.
Priya. So that was a very nice, the self-explained names were kept. And this Suniti character sort of.
Anything we do on bodily platform
Bodily
will
platform.
ultimately lead to trouble, Prabhuji. Anything. Huh?
Yes.
And anything we do on the soul platform will not get wasted. Huh?
Yes.
That is the most thing. Okay. Any other point?
Ji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Yeah, Krishna
Can you-
Bandhu Prabhu.
Krishna Bandhu Prabhu, you can unmute, and Geeta Mataji has also now stepped in.
So tell her to unmute. And yes, Krishna Bandhu Prabhu. What is the take from today's class?
Today, to put it in a nutshell, simply, we came to know very clearly about the family tree of irreligion. Irreligion family tree. And we have been hearing about peace formula all this while.
Yeah.
Today we heard about devastation formula. Also.
Yeah, devastation formula is given. If you want to do devastation in the society, in your life, in your family, in the country, this is the complete formula you should have. All this quality you should bring in, and devastation will nicely happen.
Guaranteed.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, guaranteed. Prabhu.
Guaranteed devastation is there.
Very clearly and precisely, it is nicely explained in this. And thank you for the nice lecture.
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Gopavinita Mataji.
Gopavinita Mataji, kindly unmute yourself.
मुझे ये बोलना है कि जब हम आत्मा की आवाज अपने मन से सुनते हैं तो हमारा जो शरीर रूपी रथ है उसका उद्धार होना स्वाभाविक ही है। और अगर हम और उससे जो धर्म के 4 पैर हैं, सत्यता, शौच, तप और धर्म, तो ये जो है ये चारों स्थापित हो सकेंगे समाज में। नहीं तो अगर हम मन की आवाज को सुनेंगे तो वो
मन और इंद्रियों की आवाज, इंद्रियों के आवाज के अनुसार अगर हमारा मन चलता रहेगा, इसके अनुसार, सुरुचि के अनुसार, सुनीति के अनुसार नहीं।
वो पूरी मन जो है वो हमारे को बुद्धि मतलब बुरी तरफ लेके जाते हैं ना।
हाँ।
मन जो है वो हमारी बुद्धि को कंट्रोल कर लेता है और फिर जो हमारी है वो उसके अनुसार काम करने लगती है।
और इसका
तो
कारण
जो
एक
हमारा
ही है,
शरीर
क्योंकि भगवान केंद्र में नहीं है, आत्मा का कार्य केंद्र में नहीं है, गुरु का कार्य केंद्र में नहीं है। तो जब गुरु भगवान और आत्मा केंद्र में नहीं रहते और शरीर से संबंधित वस्तु केंद्र में रहती है, अवश्य उसका पतन होना ही होना है, अवश्य उसके लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम्स आना ही आना।
इसलिए हमको अपने मन को पूरी तरह से भक्ति के द्वारा, चैंटिंग के द्वारा कंट्रोल करना चाहिए ताकि वो इधर उधर नहीं भागे, और क्योंकि वो एक शैतान के माफिक हमारे शरीर को बुरी चीजों में लगाने की कोशिश करते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात, बिल्कुल। परम शक्ति माता जी, what do you
Prabhu
want to
ji,
add?
मुझे I just remembered Kaikeyi. She also differentiated between Ramji and Bharat ji, her son, and
Yes,
so,
because of the association of mantra.
Manthara. So that also we can.
Yes. So because Janma Labha Shruti, Kunti Mata says na Janma Labha Shruti, Ediman Madha Puman. Because sometimes people get, because of Janma they are pride. Janma Shruti, Adhana. Because of all this increases mother. And this person, that Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shribhi. Shruti and Shribhi. When these are not engaged in the service of Lord, it will always create mother. What it will create?
Mother.
Mother. And that you will not be able to achieve the purpose of the human life. Sindhu Trivedi Mataji, what do you like to add in today's class?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I would like to ask one question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Very nice class, but where you explained Suruchi and Suniti.
Suniti, we have to explain. We have to still. Only today was Suruchi, bodily concept. What was there?
That's what my question is. That nowadays the kind of life we are all leading, it is more on really this thing, you know, Prabhuji.
Suruchi life we are living.
And whether we like to do or not, but see, we are living in opulent houses. We are having gadgets in our life, and even by our wearing and all those things are also in these lines. I mean, our previous.
So we have to connect that with Guru, Krishna, and to Parampara. We have to spiritualize all the things. What we have to do?
Spiritualize, but still we have to be also on the line, you know, like we have.
Yes, not a problem.
We have the balance.
See, a knife in the hand of a thief and a knife in the hand of a doctor.
Yes.
What?
Doctor. Knife.
A knife in the hand of a thief will create destruction.
Yes, Prabhu.
But the same knife in the hand of a doctor, it will create operation.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if we have money, if we have status, we have to take the guidance of Guru. We have to take the guidance of the Vaishnava Samaj. How we can use that thing in increasing, the service towards the Lord, in increasing and becoming akarma. How that can be used in akarma service. Which service?
Akarma service.
So by that, I'm not bonded by it.
Yes.
My mentality is not there. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That art we have to learn through Shiksha Guru, to Vaishnavas, to Diksha Guru, to, from to the praise of the Lord. How we can use that thing in the service of Lord. That we have to use it. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So knife is not a problem, but in whose hand it is, that is a problem.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You understood?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So things are not the problem, but in whose hand they are and what they are using for is the problem.
Yes.
Okay.
So our former chef, Krishnabandhu Prabhu says, knives in the hands of chef.
Yeah, knife in the hands of a chef, if it is used for sense gratification, it will lead all the people who are eating the food to the hell. But the same knife in the hand of a Krishna devotee, he will make Krishna Prasad and destroy all the sins, and then he will go to Goloka.
So Govinda ka chef ka jindabad bolenge. Hari bol.
Nice.
So Prabhuji, can we say through akarma, from Suniti type of mentality, we can Suruchi type of mentality, we can transform ourselves to
through akarma and through the blessings of the Guru, Vaishnavas, and serving the Vaishnavas. एक होता है theory, एक होता है practical. क्या होता है?
Theory and practical.
Practical is that unless and until the dust of a Vaishnava is not smeared on the head, unless and until we are not able to serve him, and please the Vaishnavas, and we do not get their आशीर्वाद. जैसे हमारे गुरु परंपरा है, हमारे वैष्णव है, उनकी इच्छा क्या है? उनकी इच्छा वही इच्छा है जो परंपरा की इच्छा है. जीवन सार्थक कर परोपकार, यही तो इच्छा है सबकी. और क्या है? पहला खुद का उद्धार करो और फिर प्रचार करो.
बट प्रभु जी, अब खुद ही उद्धार नहीं हो पा रहे इतना सालों से.
ठीक है, लगे पेशेंट कभी क्या रहता है, रोग किसका ज्यादा रहता है, किसका कम रहता है. हॉस्पिटल में सब एक ही दिन में इलाज होकर बाहर नहीं निकलते. कोई 8 दिन में निकलता है, कोई 10 दिन में निकलता है, कोई सालों साल अंदर पड़ा रहता है, कोई मर भी जाता है, कोई क्योर भी नहीं होता है ना
जी प्रभु.
और हमेशा हम लगते हैं कि हम लोग माया हमारा हम लोग वॉर में है. क्या है? वी आर एट वॉर. तो माया इतना जल्दी तुमको छोड़ेगी नहीं, क्योंकि उधर सब प्योर डिवोटीज चाहिए. किधर? गोलोक में. हमारे से कचरा पट्टी इधर ही चलेगा, कचरा इधर ही लगेगा, कचरा को इधर ही रखना.
कृष्ण बंधु प्रभु is telling don't hurry, be happy. Krishna Bandhu Prabhu is telling don't hurry, be happy wherever you are.
Okay. Sindhu Mataji, again, anything?
No, Prabhuji, sorry, wrongly.
Okay, okay. So we can wind up, Prabhuji, the session over here.
Yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, you wanted to make the announcement of Bhadra Purnima during the class.
Tomorrow we will make the announcement with the leaders actually.
Prabhuji, it's only leaders. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So group leaders meetings is there tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Please come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.